Once upon a time, in a quiet corner of a small town, there lived a girl named Miral. Her house wasn't big. It had no garden, no car parked outside, and no fancy furniture inside. The paint on the walls had faded. The roof leaked a little during heavy rain. But it was home. Miral lived there with her parents and her younger brother. They didn't have much, but there was love in every corner. Her father used to make tea in the morning just for her. Her mother brushed her hair with a smile every evening. And her little brother, he would save the last bite of his chocolate for her. But Miral, she didn't see any of that, because every time she opened her phone, she saw something else. Girls with glowing skin, confident smiles, big rooms with fairy lights, perfect outfits, expensive perfumes, and captions that said, "Living my best life." Miral would stare at their pictures and think, why don't I look like her? Why can't I speak like her? Why don't I have that kind of life? Even though her family gave her everything they could, Miral's heart stayed heavy with comparison. She wanted to be like those girls, beautiful, confident, seen. One day, Miral sat alone on a bench near the park, scrolling through her phone, tears quietly falling from her eyes. An old lady selling flowers nearby noticed her and came over. She asked gently, "Why are you sad, dear? What's hurting you so much?" Miral looked up and smiled politely. "I'm fine." But the lady sat beside her and said, "I've lived long enough to know when a girl's heart is tired. You don't have to lie." Something about her voice felt safe, and Miral broke down. She said softly, "I'm not pretty. I'm not confident. I live in a small house. I don't have the life that other girls have. I just wish I was like them." The old woman listened quietly, then said something unexpected. "Have you ever asked those girls if they're happy?" Miral blinked, confused. "What do you mean?" "Ask the girl you admire the most, not through the screen. In real life. Ask her if she's truly happy." Miral didn't think it would change anything, but something inside her was curious. So the old lady took her to meet a girl named, Ria, a girl Miral always admired from a distance. Ria had everything. A beautiful house, luxury cars, expensive dresses, a perfectly curated life on Instagram. When Miral met her, she hesitated, but finally asked, "Are you happy, Ria?" "I always thought you have the perfect life." Ria laughed. But it wasn't a happy laugh. It was the kind of laugh that hides pain. She looked at Miral and said, "You think I'm happy?" She took a breath and continued, "I have a big house, yes. I have money, yes. But I have no one to sit beside me at dinner. My parents are always busy. We live in the same house, but we're strangers. I wear the best clothes, but no one ever asks me how my heart feels. I post pictures because that's the only time I feel seen." Miral was silent. Ria looked at her again. "Miral, you're lucky. You may not have luxuries, but you have freedom. You laugh without filters. You eat with people who love you. You can cry in front of your mother." "I cry in front of walls." The words hit Miral like a wave. All this time, she was idolizing someone who was hurting too. That evening, Miral walked back home quietly. She opened the same door she always did, walked on the same cracked floor, and sat on the same little mat where her mother served food. But for the first time, she felt grateful. For the food, for the warmth, for the arms that hugged her without makeup, without filters, without expectations. She looked at her mother, her father, her little brother, and she smiled, truly smiled. That night she stood in front of her mirror. No new makeup, no lighting, no editing, and she said, "I am enough." From that day on, Miral stopped comparing her life with strangers online. She stopped chasing a version of beauty that wasn't real. She started spending more time with her family, writing in her journal, and even helping other girls who felt lost in comparison, just like she once was. Because she had finally learned something powerful. Not everything you admire is real. Not every smile is happy, and not every perfect life is peaceful. We often ruin our own happiness by comparing our behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. Every life has struggles. Every heart has its battles. And no amount of luxury can replace the value of love, connection, and freedom to be yourself. So stop comparing. Start living. If Morale's story touched your heart, leave a like and subscribe for more stories that remind you you are already enough.